Hello everyone, in the workshop today we've got a 14 plate Vauxhall Mariva, oh I can never say it right. This customer has had an absolute nightmare over the last 15 months. I've got a pile of paperwork from the customer. She's had an ECU fitted 15 months ago for another fault, and then another one more recently. She's had another ECU fitted and tested and sent away 5 months ago for this fault that we've got in today. It's come in today with an engine light on and one code in there. The code is for the thermostat heating control circuit. They've fitted a new thermostat, they've tested the ECU, they've put a new one in there, they've sent it away, and the fault still remains. By the looks of it, they've changed everything and don't know what's going wrong with it, so they've brought it to the professionals. So let's get involved, let's have a crack and see what we can find. Let's get the bonnet out. So we've tested this sensor. What we've got is we've got our 12 volt in, and when it's unplugged we've got a dead wire. We know that's meant to happen. We've got 12 volt in, and when it's plugged in we back probe it, we've got 12 volt coming out. So what we need to do now is go to the ECU, see what we've got. Right, so what I want to do now guys is I want to go straight to the ECU. On the diagram it literally runs straight from the sensor, the thermostat, straight to the ECU. We're going to go down that end, see what we've got, see if we've got a signal down there, see if we've got a broken wire, what we've got, don't know. So let's get the battery tray out because the ECU is underneath it. We've got to get the battery out, battery tray out, give it a nice little perch so we can still test with the battery connected. So I'll catch up with you guys in a minute when that is all stripped. Right, I'm at a point where it's a little bit confusing and a little bit silly now. Down on the sensor, we've got the 12 volt coming in through this red wire, and it needs to see a signal to run all the way back through, which it at the moment's right. When we plug it in, we've got 12 volt on both. When we unplug it, we've got 12 volt and we've got a dead wire, which is meant to happen. And I've traced this wire all the way back to the ECU, which was a pain in the bottom, as said earlier, to this dark blue wire here. Found out it goes through this connector block. The light blue runs all the way across top of the engine, down, through this block, comes out as a dark blue, up to the ECU. Like I said earlier, the pin and plug layout on the wiring diagram was completely wrong. It's not pin 14, it's pin 43. So what we've got at the moment is when we pull this sensor, we've got a dead wire, which is the blue one running to the ECU, and a 12 volt coming in, which we can completely ignore. We'll back probe it at the ECU and we've got earth. So what I'm going to do is, as I've just shown you, we've got earth coming out the ECU end, is go to this connector block here and just test what we've got. So while I was setting up the probe on it, I've knocked a wire somewhere and we got a reading through it. So I was just feeling about knocking more wires about, seeing where it was. And if we do this at the ECU, it sends a signal down. So there we go. It looks like from the ECU end, the pin's loose. I'm going to give it a drag test, see if it's loose, what evidently it is, see how loose it is, and yeah, I'm going to pull it out, do a test, and I'll show you that, and we'll go from there. I'll catch up with you in a second. Here we go, we're all set up. So this is said pin. Then it's very loose compared to this one. It's a lot tighter. This one's got miles of play in it. So there we go. We have a loose pin on the ECU. What I'm going to do is get that pin out of the plug, repin it, solder a new bit of wire on, and test it from there, see if it's any better. But I know it will be. Right, so we've been getting loads of comments asking us how to de-pin ECU plugs. So we've been working on this Mariva. We obviously know we've got the loose...
Mariva.
Mariva?
Mariva.
Is it a Mariva? Oh, so we've been working on this Mariva. It's obviously got the loose pin for the thermostat heater, which obviously we need to take out and put a new one in. So perfect opportunity to show you guys how it's done. Obviously all ECU plugs are different. This is just how it works on this one. Most Vauxhalls are the same, but here we go. So we've got this plug here. The way to do it on this one, this casing pops off. It's on the floor now. And we've got all the pins here. So we're looking at this one in the corner here. So we're looking at this one here. Not that you're probably going to be able to see it on camera, but just down this side of it, there's a little tag. We need to put a small pin in there. Pull the tag back. And we'll be able to pull the pin all the way out. There we go. So what I'm going to do, just to prove that the pin is loose compared to a good one, I'm going to cut it off, show you on the ECU how loose it is compared to a good one. So I'll catch up with you in a second. So the dark blue one is our old pin, and this light blue one is our new one. Look at how loose this pin is. I'm putting no pressure on it at all, and it's going up and down. It can spin on the pin. Just move that one out of the way, and look at our new one. This is me putting the same amount of pressure on it. It doesn't spin on the pin. She's solid. So there we go. It was a loose pin. This is a car that has been to main dealer twice. It's had 2 ECUs. It's had a brand new one. Had that one sent away. She spent probably the best part of £2.5 grand going to 3 different garages to find out what this problem is. And that's what it is. Brand new parts, and guessing doesn't fix cars. Job's a carrot. So let's get this new pin soldered up, run some testing, make sure it's all good, and then we can put the car back together. See you in a minute.
Just a quick one, guys, before we go any further. The 1st of March is actually our 1-year anniversary of doing YouTube. So we'd love to get to 10,000 subscribers. We're so close to it. I think it's going to make it anyway. But if you haven't subscribed and you do think you like this channel, if you could just give us a little subscribe. It doesn't do anything for the channel. It's just a little goal which I'm trying to get to. And yeah, I mean, it's more about the views. It's more about you viewers watching my videos than it is about numbers. But I'd like to get to it. So if you can do that for me, be really appreciated. And I'll give you a big update on the 1st of March as the journey of the year. And we'll see where we was, where we're up to now, and where we're going in the future. So yeah, if you could, that'd be great. So right, let's get back into it.
Right, so we've done the repair here on the ECU, and what we're going to do now is just do one final test. I've got it back probed at this multi-block. As you know earlier, we were back probing it, we had earth, we wiggled the wire, and we'd get a reading, which we shouldn't have got. So I've got it all set up now. So that's good, we should got our earth, and I'm going to wiggle the ECU pin. And look at that, she's solid. I'm giving it a right old tug as well. As you can see, it's all good. Now let's get it all back together, and I'll catch up with you guys at the end. We'll give it one final scan at the end once it is all back together. I've already given it one. The code is not coming back, no matter what we do, which is an amazing sign. It's all good. So let's get it back together. I'll catch up with you at the end. It's all back together. Engine light's gone. Car is clear of all codes. She's all good to rock and roll. This one's ready to go back to the customer. Let us know how we did. Anything we could have improved on, let us know down in the comments. And if you like the video, give it a little thumbs up down below. It's always much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ta-da!